Ever wonder how our parents and grandparents got by on so much less and still had a little money left at the end of the month? It came down to a handful of plain common sense habits. And over a year, those same habits can still keep around $3,000 in your pocket today. None of it is hard. So today, I've gathered 15 of them, the ones they just do not teach anymore, covering your groceries, your power bill, fixing things instead of tossing them, all of it. And pay close attention when we get to number 11, because that is the one that saved us the most. Let's begin at number 1. Now, I am not promising you a check in the mail. Think of that 3,000 as what these little habits can add up to over a year when you stack them together. Some will fit your home, some will not. Take the ones that do. Number 1, walk into the store with a list and never on an empty stomach. This is the simplest one, and the one most of us break every week. Shop hungry with no plan, and you come home with a cart full of things you did not need. Build your list off your meals for the week. Eat something before you go and stick to it. Shopping this way easily keeps $200 to $300 a year from walking out the door on impulse. My grandmother never once shopped without a list pinned right there in her hand. Number 2, reach for the store brand. Here is a little secret the big brands would rather you not think about. That fancy label is very often made in the same plant as the plain one sitting right beside it, just with a prettier package and a higher price. On staples like flour, canned goods, and cleaning supplies, the store brand runs about a quarter to a third cheaper. Switch even half your cart, and that is a few $100s a year. Taste test them. Between us, I bet you cannot tell the difference on most. Number 3. Wash your clothes in cold water and wait for a full load. Most of what your washer spends goes to heating the water, not the washing itself. Switch to cold and almost all of that cost just disappears, and your colors hold up better for it. Wait until you have a full load while you are at it, instead of running the machine half empty. It is a small thing, but it quietly trims $50 to $100 a year off your power bill, and the clothes come out just as clean. Number 4, keep a little price book and stock up when things go on sale. This old trick has nearly disappeared. Jot down what you normally pay for the dozen things you buy most. Once you know the real price, you can tell a true sale from a fake one, and you stock up on the staples when they are genuinely cheap. Grandma called it putting food by. Same groceries you always buy, just caught at the bottom of the price instead of the top. Call it $150 a year, just for paying attention. Number 5, mend it and fix it before you toss it. We have gotten used to throwing a thing out the minute it tears or squeaks. A loose button, a dripping faucet, a wobbly chair. Those were Saturday afternoon jobs once, not reasons to run out and buy new. A spool of thread, a tube of glue, a 50-cent washer from the hardware store. Learn a few small fixes and you keep a couple $100s a year of perfectly good things out of the trash. And there is a quiet satisfaction in it that buying new never quite gives you. Number 6, drink your tap water and skip the bottled. Here is one of those leaks nobody ever notices. A case of bottled water here, a case there, and over a year it adds up to far more than you would ever guess, all for something that runs out of your own faucet for pennies. If the taste bothers you, a simple pitcher filter fixes that for next to nothing. Keep a refillable bottle handy. That is well over $100 a year you stop pouring straight down the drain. And we are getting close to number 11 now, the big one I promised you. Hang with me, it is worth the wait. Number 7, hang your laundry out to dry. Of everything in your laundry room, the dryer is the real energy hog, eating up far more than the washer ever does. On a nice day, a clothesline costs you nothing, and the sheets come in smelling like sunshine. No yard? A folding rack in the spare room does the same work all winter. Use the dryer half as often, and you are looking at around $100 a year. Your clothes last longer too. That lint in the trap is really your clothing slowly wearing away. Number 8, unplug the energy vampires. Now here is the one that surprises people. All those gadgets that sit there switched off but still glowing. The television, the cable box, the coffee maker with the little clock, the chargers left in the wall. They are sipping electricity around the clock, even when you are not using them. The Department of Energy says that hidden drain can run $100 or more a year in the average home. Put the worst offenders on a power strip and flip it off at night. That is free money every month for the price of reaching behind the couch. Number 9, make your own cleaning supplies. You do not need a different $10 bottle for every single room in the house. Plain vinegar, baking soda, and a little hydrogen peroxide will clean nearly everything our grandmothers ever cleaned for a few cents a batch. Vinegar and water for glass encounters, baking soda for scrubbing, peroxide for disinfecting. One caution: never seal vinegar and peroxide together in the same bottle. Just use them one after the other. Doing this easily knocks $100 a year off what you hand over in the cleaning aisle. If this is the kind of plain, money-saving wisdom you wish more folks still pass down, do me a kindness and tap that subscribe button. I share these every single week. All right, let's keep going. Number 10, seal the drafts and be smart with the thermostat. Heating and cooling is the biggest line on most power bills, and a lot of it leaks straight out around old windows and doors. A few dollars of weather stripping and a tube of caulk stop that cold draft you feel by the window in winter. Then nudge the thermostat. A few degrees down in winter, up in summer, a sweater instead of a setting. That alone can save you well over $150 a year. Our parents kept the house cooler and reached for a cardigan, and they were on to something. And now, the one you have been waiting for. Number 11, stop throwing away food. This is the one that saved us the most by a mile. Here is the part that stopped me cold. The average American household throws out around $1,500 of food a year. $1,500 straight into the bin. Most of it is simple spoilage. Good food we bought, forgot about, and let go bad in the back of the fridge. So do what your grandmother did. Plan your meals around what you already have before you buy a thing more. Keep an Eat Me First shelf right at the front of the fridge. Remember, the date on the carton is about quality, not safety, so you stop tossing perfectly good food. Turn last night's dinner into today's lunch. Cut that waste in half, and you put hundreds, even $1,000 right back in your pocket. It is the single biggest leak in most homes, and almost nobody is watching it. Number 12, hunt down the subscriptions you forgot you had. This one is newer than Grandma's day, but the idea is pure old-fashioned bookkeeping. Sit down with your bank statement just once and read every single line. The streaming service nobody watches anymore, the app, the membership you signed up for and forgot. Surveys find the average person pays around $200 a year for subscriptions they do not even use. Cancel the ones you do not, and that is $200 back in your pocket for 15 minutes of looking. It feels good, I promise you. Number 13, keep your appliances running right. A little upkeep makes things last years longer, and a worn-out appliance is a dear thing to replace. Clean the lint out of your dryer vent. It dries faster and a good deal safer. Vacuum the coils behind the fridge once a year so it does not have to work so hard. Change the furnace filter. None of it costs much, but it keeps everything humming along and puts off that big replacement bill. Call it $100 a year, and far more the year a fridge does not quit on you early. Number 14, borrow it instead of buying it. Think about how many tools you own that you have used exactly once. The tile saw, the pressure washer, the big extension ladder. For a job you do once a year, borrow from a neighbor or rent it for the afternoon. And do not forget your library. It is free, it is already paid for, and these days, many of them lend out movies, tools, even passes around town. Lean on borrowing, and you save yourself $100 or more on things that would just gather dust in the garage. Number 15, make your coffee at home. Now, I am not telling you to give up your little treat, but that daily stop for a $4 or $5 coffee adds up faster than almost anything else on this list. Brew a good pot at home, fill a thermos, and save the cafe for now and then instead of every single morning. Trade most of those stops for a cup from your own kitchen, and you save a couple $100 a year. The same warm cup at a fraction of the price. So there they are, 15 plain old habits. And here's the honest truth. You will not do every single one, and you do not need to. Do even half of them, and you are already well past $2,000 back in your pocket this year, without coupons, without going without anything our grandparents would not recognize. That was their whole secret. It was never one big dramatic move. It was a dozen small, sensible habits repeated quietly year after year. Now I would truly love to hear from you. Which of these does your family already do? And what is the old money saving habit your parents or grandparents swore by? Put it down in the comments because that is honestly where I find the best ones of all. And YouTube went and put another one of my videos right there on your screen. Go on and give it a watch, and I will see you next time.